Y'all like resin bases?
Spiky bits.
Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. I'm Baer from SpikyBits.com, and we're doing a little bit of a blast to the past today. We're going to talk about Micro Art Studios again. They sent over another batch of miniatures, some of their latest bases, some of their latest terrain for us to check out and share with you guys. And, real quick, there's a lot of companies out there that do bases, that do terrain. Micro Art was like one of the first from the early 2000s. They got it. They're like, hey, check out what we can do. Hold our hobby beer. And man, they have just been crushing it ever since. The only thing that you could argue is holding them back is that they're not here in the States, unfortunately. But you can still find their stuff from some retailers here in the States. Although, sometimes it's a little bit harder. If I need 20 of these bays, you're better off just hitting them up over on their website and getting them done that way. They run sales and stuff from time to time as well. It's going to take a couple weeks to get in because it's coming from Eastern Europe, but that seems to be where all the cool artsy type stuff is, to really accentuate and have those great counts as and really dope terrain and stuff to paint up to match your stuff. So let's jump over to their site real quick and kind of show you what's going on over there. They've revamped it. I haven't just had a chance to really kind of look through it and take a stock of everything. And then we'll show you some of the bases, as well as some of the bases that you've probably already seen here that I've painted from 10 years ago. So here it is, microartstudios.com. It ends up going to shop.microartstudios.com depending on which page you land on. But they've got everything pretty well laid out. They got a side nav, which is really neat to see. I don't know if there's my cursor. So you got this side nav, and then you can just scroll and kind of pick from the center categories as well. They just added a bunch of Star Wars Legion terrain. They got a lot of MDF and HDF as well. You can download the manuals for all of their stuff in case you lose something, or I don't know, if something might happen. I've always gotten the manuals, but or some sort of diagram to show how to put this stuff together in the past. They've got acrylic tokens, and of course their normal scenery. They have their own game. I believe it's called Wolfsong. We're gonna look at some of that terrain. I don't even know what I'm doing today. Oh, we're doing bases today, so not today, but soon we're gonna look at some of that terrain. And of course they got a lot of stuff that's designed for use with Infinity, but don't forget they always put stuff on sale as well. Let's take a look at the bases here, and I really like how this is laid out. You can sort by rectangular, round, wide up round. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's roundlet. Oh, they meant roundlet. Okay, I got you. And then you can kind of scroll down and see how all this stuff is painted. And they've got some newer stuff that, like this deep water bases, is relatively new. Works great for Deepkin, and we'll show you some of that as well. And whichever one you pick out, you can kind of click on, like, here's the chaos bases. I did all my demons in these. They've sent me a bunch over the years to kind of finish out in between when it was hard to find their stuff over here in the States. And they've pretty much got every size out there, and they're adding more sizes as we go. They didn't used to have the 50 mils. They didn't used to have the 120 round. They still don't have a knight size base, but that's okay. I don't know if you could get a knight on this with all the spiky bits, so to speak, popping up all over the place here. And they'll give you an idea of what comes in there, but generally, you're not going to get everything that's in the picture. You're going to get a random mix of those, and that is in the little parentheses right there. So, it's roughly 615 euros right there for 4 of those bases plus shipping. So it's on par with what we've seen here in the States, give or take, pricing wise. But the designs, like we just showed you, there is a ton of different designs right here. So, and they're all painted up beautifully and give you a really great idea for a lot of different configurations, from Warhammer to Age of Sigmar. They got round lips, so you can use them in Privateer or Infinity. Or you could, some of the other games out there like Malifaux and stuff. So pretty much sky's the limit right here. Let's jump in, take a look at some of these in the flesh or resin, and just kind of see how good they look in real life. So here we are. I've got a base out because I was looking at a few here. Package-wise, they're going to come in a blister pack with a nice piece of foam on the back right here, so you don't have to worry about your any broken pieces or anything like that. I mean, stuff happens, but it is what it is. And then once you kind of take a look on the back, there's going to be a SKU number, a UPC number, and everything like that. So you can get these if you're a retailer here in the States. You can get these in distribution, and of course they'll have a UPC, so you could retail them. Now, I don't know if Micro Art Studio does anything directly with wholesale, but definitely hit them up. Perhaps You could source these. I know some of the retailers here definitely import them. I don't know whether there's a distribution account or just a straight retail account right there. So that's basically how they come. And I've already opened this one because I wanted to show you some of these up close. So here's the first one, which we just showed you. This is the old factory base, and as it comes into crisp focus right there, you can see the sculpt's great. I mean, there isn't even a bunch of bubbling or anything like that on the model. You got some shingles and some brick and a lot of different elements here with the dirt and all sorts of different things right there that really look great and still have enough. This is a 32mm base, so you're still gonna have enough room to put like a, I got a Space Marine somewhere, Space Marine or somebody like that on this actual model. Well, here we got a Tech Marine, so we could put this Tech Marine on here, and he would definitely lay flat right there on that corrugated surface, which would look really good. So this was one of my personal favorites. This has been one of their OG bases for a number of years. I had some work and stuff on that too. Also the Scrapyard bases, I did those as well. This is the Urban Flight base, and they actually make these so you can put flight stems into them as well. And this is one of my favorites. Remember, each package of the 32mm is going to come with 4 different styles. So for instance, the Urban Flight ones, you're going to get a couple of different ones looking like that. So there's some tires and some manhole covers, just some destroyed pavement and stuff like that. This also looks like a manhole cover. Got some rebar and some different elements and things there. Deep Water, which is their new one, and it's great. I grabbed a whole bunch of them out, or all 4 of the varieties here, and you can see it's got some sand and some barnacles, some, I don't even know, some sort of aquatic something or another. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a scallop, I don't know. And some sand and just like some wet sand right here too. So very, very cool. And I'm sure, and there's a Starfish, and I'm sure these would look good. You can do these for obviously Deepkin, but a lot of Xenos races too. Or maybe you just want some aquatic looking Space Marines. Hey, why not, right? There's a little crab. Who doesn't want a crab on their Grimdarks or their Fantasies? Who knows? This one right here is called Scrapyard. Also one of my personal favorites. I had a whole orc army on cans and different things. Every one of those bases was on one of these right here. Been a staple of their lineup for a number of years. Ever since I've known about them, so we're talking, you know, at least 10, 12 years or so. Just one of the many Scrapyard bases. What else we got? Pipeworks is a relatively newer base, very similar to a cyberpunk base that I use for my Custodes. I think if I had known about these, maybe I would have used these for my Custodes. Not exactly sure, a little too late. No takesy backsies now. I've been working on those for a couple of years, so that is what it is, but I definitely like that one as well. And I think that was all the ones I pulled out to show you. Now, of course, there is the Chaos base. Now, they got Chaos bases and Chaos Waste bases. This is Chaos base. So if you're looking to get this one, don't mess it up. I've done that ordering from them in the past because I'm stupid. So we've put our whole demon army on this, and they look great. You've probably seen them painted in the past. Like this is a 60mm base that we painted in the past for them. We've done some multiple tutorials here on the channel, and of course on the site spikybits.com as well on how to paint these, and it would look great for any of their varieties. Here's a model on them as well with a little tuft. And this is a 25mm base right here, and got one of those little Poxwalker duders. But yeah, they look great, and they're very stunning, and you know, they don't take anything away from the model. There's plenty of room to put their feet on and things like that. So overall, I think, you know, Micro Art Studios, like I said, they're one of the first ones to market with this idea, and they've been crushing it ever since. It's definitely worth checking them out over there at shop.microartstudios.com. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like and comment on all our future videos.